Courting a Dragon. The Dragon God's Wife, Book 3, A Dragon Shifter Romance. Written by Flynn. Chapter 1.
What would you like to see first?
The question came from my local guide, Arian, from where she sat at the end of my new bed. It was the next morning after our arrival, and a bright sunny day awaited our pleasure. I stood near the fire with my hands stretched toward the warm flames. Maybe the bathhouse, I teased as I twisted my head around to glimpse the white-tipped mountains behind the lodge.
Is it always this cold around here?
Only when the clouds are bringing in a storm, she revealed as she set her clasped hands in her lap. We could stay inside if you wish. I rubbed my hands together one last time before I turned to her. Oh no. I didn't come all this way just to stare at the lovely craftsmanship of the floorboards. Then we might explore the caves, or perhaps see what is at the market today, she suggested. I cupped my chin in my hand and furrowed my brow.
There was that ancient wall we passed on the way in.
I kind of want to look that over before we go see something new. My friend smiled and jumped to her feet. An excellent idea, but you will have to follow my steps until we get outside. I rubbed my butt cheeks in front of the fire and lifted an eyebrow. Why is that? My father will not wish to be awoken after last night, and some of the boards are particularly loud, she pointed out. I paused in my warming and my face drooped. I made the acquaintance of one of them last night. You'd better lead the way. We slipped into the hall and tiptoed across the floorboards. It was like playing a game of hopscotch, but the lines were all invisible. And crooked. And sometimes very tiny. Step just here, Arian whispered as she pointed down at her left foot. She stood on her tiptoes, with the arch suspended high in the air. She removed her foot and I took her place. Unfortunately, I was a little more flat-footed than her, and my foot pressed down on the back of the board. A horrible creaking noise echoed up and down the hall. We both shrank away from the noise and awaited our doom.
Quiet down out there, a great bellowing voice boomed from a room on the right-hand side of the hall.
The words were slightly garbled due to both drink and drowsiness. The rumbling disturbed other rooms in the grand house, and mumbled complaints floated through the doors. Arian grabbed my hand and jerked her head at the front door. Hurry! We rushed down the hall, unheeding the many squeaks and groans we left in our wake, along with some less than appreciative applause.
Stop that!
What in all the realms is going on?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?